Welcome back to Ame's Bookshelf. I'm Teresa Garcia, or Amehana Arashi. Tonight, I'm reviewing for you the Simon Necronomicon, illustrated. It's billed as author unknown. At first I gave it a 5-star rating, but I will explain later on in this review why I dropped it on 4 stars after rereading what I'd written about my review. Where to place this? I'm thinking maybe the young adult section. If you're a Lovecraft Mythos fan, you may find this an interesting read. One benefits from previous knowledge of mysticism. I would recommend reading the Golden Bough first. However, bear in mind this Necronomicon is not to be taken as the actual Necronomicon. It is a modern writer setting the metabook within the world Lovecraft writes of. There were typos. Some were likely intentional to add to the feel of a book written under duress, being translated under duress. Although I was aware of this, it bothered me more than it otherwise would have due to the fictional statement at the beginning explaining the duress that the book was published under. I don't know why it ramped that up so much for me, but it did. Students of the occult will recognize some things. Fans of the supernatural are going to catch others, and I really would not recommend you doing any of these so-called rituals within this tome. Not because I'm superstitious and I think you're going to summon something, but, it's a weird world. You might end up having a tentacle coming up out of your bathtub drain while you're trying to take a shower, or your washer decide to just walk off with your favorite clothes still in it. A truly horrible thing. Or you might just feel silly after you're done. I don't know, but let's not play with that, huh? It was an okay book. I gave it 5 stars at first because it was immersive and as unwieldy to read as one is braced for an academic book to be. But as time passes on, and further pondering on the book, I'm dropping my rating down to 4 stars because of how long it took me to read. I had to read it in bits and pieces, and not in order to shove it into a busy day, but because that was all I could handle. It wasn't as hard as reading Chamberlain's translation of the Kojiki and frothing and wondering why he didn't at least include the names of the kami as they were written once. It wasn't that level, but it was still enough to make my brain fight. It was dry. Although I was also interested, I was having to fight to make myself read it, and that was a really weird thing for me. It was a huge thing of cognitive dissonance. My eyes even actually closed at one point when my body stated that it had had enough pondering. This is rare. It was a fight, but it was an entertaining fight. Still, I do recommend this to read if you're a Lovecraft fan, just to say you've read it. I mean, you can't turn down reading a Necronomicon. Sure, you're going to lose some sanity points, but what are you going to do? You can't really say you're brave if you've not done it, right? Until next time, happy reading.